Hi, it's Paul.
And Gemma.
From Hench Herbivore. Today we've got for you Gemma's amazing, and I can attest to this, I've been eating the trial versions. It's a vegan festive loaf. It's super good.
And it's another Gemma Heavy episode.
Woo!
Let me introduce you to the fellas. So for the loaf, we will need 100 grams of red lentils, that's dry weight, or 300 grams cooked weight. I've got half a can of green lentils, or if you're cooking from dry, it'll be 40 grams dry weight. 1 small onion, 2 cloves of garlic, 75 grams of mushrooms, 1 rib of celery, 1 small carrot, 60 grams of walnuts, 75 grams of chestnuts, 3 tablespoons of ground flax, 75 grams of oat flour, 60 grams of breadcrumbs, these are brown rice breadcrumbs, 100 grams of dried cranberries. These particular ones were rehydrated with some apple juice, so they're a bit plumper, so I've chopped those up so they're a bit smaller. 1 teaspoon of paprika, a tablespoon of mustard, 2 tablespoons of tomato puree, then I've got half a teaspoon of black pepper, and then with the herbs, the general rule is 1 teaspoon dried to a tablespoon of fresh. So I've got a teaspoon of dried sage, a teaspoon of dried thyme, and a tablespoon of rosemary, fresh.
Fresh.
I've got salt to taste, I've got half a teaspoon there. We've got a tablespoon of vegan Worcestershire sauce and a tablespoon of tamari.
Sounds tasty.
And for the glaze ingredients, you need a tablespoon of tamari. We like to have a lower sodium one. You need a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, a teaspoon of maple syrup, 4 tablespoons of tomato puree, teaspoon of onion powder, and a teaspoon of sriracha. Preheat your oven to 200 degrees Celsius. Okay, so step 1 is just to cook the red lentils. So while the lentils are cooking, we're going to chop up the vegetables.
Gemma, I've just noticed your delightful t-shirt. I would like one. Where can I purchase such a thing?
Well, it's
Compassion for All, right up my street.
from our Teespring store. I think below, I imagine.
Hench Herbivore merch. Gemma's yummy.
Finally chop all your vegetables. What I forgot to tell you was that I was also going to chop the walnuts and the chestnuts. You want to chop everything as fine as possible. So now what I'm going to do is snip up the rosemary, or you could just chop it if you wanted to. Pop that in there. The lentils are cooked, so I'm going to add those in. And basically, just everything else goes in now. And then you give it a really good mix.
Old carrot foot, I call him.
Don't call me that.
Old carrot foot.
Call me it.
I love you, carrot foot. I'm a bit hungry. I suppose I could have that carrot off your foot. Carrot foot. I'll get my coat.
Now I'm going to line a loaf tin with parchment paper.
How big is the loaf tin? Is that important?
I think it's just a standard sized loaf tin. They're all the same, I think. If I'm wrong,
That makes sense.
I'm really sorry, but that was my...
See what? This is free anyway. Go yourself.
It's this big. If you didn't know, I scrunched this up so that it's easier to lay it out. Otherwise it's all awkward and it's like, no, like when you try and put a child in a chair and they go like, no, I'm not going in this. It does that, you know.
When do you try and put children in chairs?
You know, in the pushchair to go down and they put their arms and legs out. No.
You're not a pushchair.
I'm not saying I have got one. See, like now, it goes in easier. It stays there. Now we're just going to press this mixture into the loaf pan. Simple as that.
You need to push it right into the bottom.
You need to really pack it into the bottom really tight. Don't you be silly.
This looks well snazzy with all the bits done.
Yeah, it does. And I'm just going to do one final trick for packing it down.
Oh, tell me about it.
So I like to use the foil and sort of pull that over and use that to sort of, not foil, parchment paper.
That's fine. We knew what you meant.
Yeah, sort of
Big silly.
smooth it down on the edges.
Smooth as goose. You do your edges really fancy.
Do I now?
It's one thing I've always thought about you. Fancy edges, baby.
Yeah.
You're not resuscitating it. It's not a turkey.
Good job as well.
Yeah.
You can't call people. Oh wait, I did it.
Look at them edges, man. Them edges are clean.
Okay, so to make the glaze, it's really simple. You just literally mix all the ingredients together. And now I'm just going to trim off some of this parchment paper that's in the way. And also I'm going to add the glaze on top. Now I'm going to cover the loaf in tin foil so that the glaze on top doesn't burn before the middle of the loaf is cooked.
Space food.
Yeah, if you like. Place the loaf in the oven and cook for 1 hour and 10 minutes. Remove the loaf from the oven, take the foil off and then place it back in for a further 15 minutes. Remove from the oven and allow to rest for 20 minutes. It was very exciting. It's ready. It's blooming ready.
Here we go. Spice her up.
Moment of truth.
Oh yeah, that's really good.
Oh yeah.
Well done, mate. This is one of the best recipes you've made, if you don't mind me saying so.
Oh, that's good then. Just gonna plan my slices.
Your attack route.
I think I need a sharper knife. Look at that bad boy.
Oh yeah. I get to eat this now. I've been waiting for this all day. Honestly, I think this is your best recipe.
Oh, lovely.
You've really perfected it. Guys, give this a try. You will not regret it. Now click this. Oh, carrot foot. Oh, carrot foot. You've got a carrot on your foot.